Welcome back to the Pick Stops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Vantine here with Teddings. Today we are at DGDG in San Jose, California. And Ted, on our panel today, the emerging leaders of DGDG.
Everyone, like to have you introduce yourself and tell the audience as well what you do here. Sorry.
I'm Andrea Schulz. I'm the Vice President of Team and Culture.
I'm Maureen Martin, Vice President of Strategic Alliances, Dynatron Software, strong partner of the DGDG family.
Nice. Jason Marcucci, General Manager with Capital Subaru.
My name is Randy Sorrentino, the Director of Service with the Doberman Dealers.
Andrea, how do you identify emerging leaders early inside your organization? And what separates those who grow into leadership from those who don't?
Well, we look for influencers, people who influence beyond title, people who coach, who are coachable, who really influence their teammates, who help their teammates succeed, who are adaptable, who just really embody our four core values of integrity, caring, performance, and efficiency. And really, in my experience, it's not just about talent, it's about the willingness to learn. People that just want to learn more, want to grow, those are the people that are going to be the emerging leaders here at DGDG.
Randy, it's an exciting time in the industry. We could feel that here at DGDG. How are you actively developing leadership skills, not just promoting top performers in your organization?
That's a great question. And it's not to be implied that good leaders aren't high performers. I think good leaders are still high performers, but it's not without that drive and that ambition to teach, challenge, and inspire others. Andrea brought up a lot of great points. We do our best at DGDG to teach and demonstrate to our leaders that constant and consistent communication with their teams is really what's going to help their organizations and their teams grow. So by default, as a leader, you've got to be somebody that can affect change in people. And so we're constantly working with our leaders to help them to develop that relationship with their team, to have an impact, and to grow their team. And that is done through really accountability. We believe very much that crucial conversations are what are going to take our human relationships to that next level and help our teams grow.
Very well said. And Jason, what role does culture and technology play in building the next generation of leaders?
Yeah, I would tell you, it's what we live by here at DGDG. And, you have to start, both are pivotal, but you got to start with culture. The culture is what sets the tone. I would tell you that with culture, we are teaching these next leaders how to handle adversity, how to deal with problems, how to treat customers and their own employees and their peers that are around them. But that it doesn't come easy. Technology on the other side, it brings all the stuff we call it. All the things that you need to know, from data to, what we're doing, how we're doing, what levers we need to pull. And it also comes with, very good strategic goals and plans that are set in place. And we know what our targets are. And with those targets, we know what to go after. So I would just say, the technology brings the tools, but the culture sets the standard. And when you combine those together, you get a leader that doesn't just know the technology or the numbers, but also knows how to deal with people. And that's sustainable.
Maureen, you work with a lot of dealerships around the country, a whole lot. What role does emotional intelligence play in an effective leader, and especially during periods of uncertainty or change?
Well, I think in 40 years, we've always had times of uncertainty, right? If you really think back about everything we've been through in the last 40 years in this business, and you think of DGDG and how it's grown in this community, it's in the fabric of everything that they do. But I think emotional intelligence is really, if you think about Andrea and all the things you talked about that you look for, not only in your leaders, but also in those that you're developing, you really think about the culture that you talked about. It's really about the ability to have emotional intelligence at both levels. I think that's one of the things you've done an exceptional job of here, and I see in the most high-performing stores, is that it starts at the executive level, but they're always looking to how do you develop the people from within the organization, because they already have those core values, right? Integrity, caring, understand performance is really still incredibly important, and then improving efficiency is taking that technology and combining with the culture. And I think that that is something that we forget, that at the end of the day, for our guests, their experience is based on the relationship. It's about how they feel when they come here. And that's really, you have to have that emotional intelligence to understand what they're feeling when they walk in the door, what your employees are feeling. And I can say there's countless times that you at DGDG have reached out to your employees that was going through something and really helped them through that and adapted either your process, your timing, or whatever to really. And I think that's why you have such retention here, not only in your guests, but also in your employees.
Andrea, it seems like the conversation we talk about culture, leadership, qualities keeps coming back to the people. Okay. I know Sarah and I can feel that as soon as we came in the door as outsiders, but you've welcomed us. Tell us a little bit more about this focus on people and why that's so integral to what you do here at DGDG.
Well, we could talk about cars all day, but that's not why we're here. We're here because of the people. When I first came to DGDG, the number one thing I heard is we care about our people. And that's what really drew me here. And I think that's what draws all of our teammates here is the people that we get to work with every single day. That's what makes this place so incredibly special is that you get to work with such amazing people. You get to interact with such incredible guests every single day. And that's why we come here and do this every day is we get to be around incredible people.
And Randy, you've really got here at DGDG, you've really got a career path, if you will, for people to come in and perform, of course, and then rise through the ranks. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that sometimes it's incorrectly presented that, this is the car business. I think this is the automotive industry, and we're in the people business. And the cars, whether it be selling the car or servicing them, that just happens to be our product. And what we're looking for is people-oriented people that want to join us in this industry as we help support and grow others as they, just progress through this industry with us. And I think the growth ceiling is really tall at DGDG. And then that's really what inspires us.
Yeah. And Jason, DGDG, as we've witnessed even very recently, you're continuing to grow.
Yeah.
And while there's a lot of focus on things we'll hear today, like technology and all, it's really about the people. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, when you think about the core values, there's some for us and there's some for them. Okay. And they're strategic for a reason, right? It starts with integrity. If you don't have that, you don't have anything. It goes into the caring. And then when you think about performance and efficiency, that's for our guests. They want us to perform well. They want us to be efficient. So it all ties in.
And Andrea, I noticed as we went through the upstairs, it all starts with the core values. Speak to us about that.
I mean, that's really started with our founder, Kevin, and Sean, his son. They're inherently good people, and we want good people working here. And if you take care of your people first, they're going to take care of the guests. And everything starts from that core, right? And so if you inherently care about your teammates, they're going to care about the guests. If you do everything right the first time, you're never going to have to worry about anything. And that's really, truly how we operate from everything we do, from the people that we hire, from how we operate our business. I mean, it's at the center of every decision that we make as an organization.
Ted, it's incredible to be here with these emerging leaders and seeing the culture right here at play at DGDG.
I'm Ted Ings with Sarah Vantine. We're in San Jose, California. We are with the people of DGDG, and Sarah and I are going to be right back.